and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, with the City of Hampton's Marketing Department. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, Bay Days. I know it's a couple months off, but it's time to get that date on the calendar and start planning. And part of the planning is to talk about the poster contest. I have two guests today, Lauren Webb, who's a poster contest winner from last year, and Ryan LaFata from the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau, who's going to talk a little bit about the process. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Ryan, tell us a little bit about the poster contest, why we do it, and what happens.
Sure. Well, what we're doing this year and what we did last year and several years before is we're putting out a call to all artists, whether they're amateur artists, professional artists in the area, to basically submit whatever they would like to submit. Whether it can't be computer generated, and it cannot be
photography.
Photography, yes. It can't be photography, but we're putting a call out to them to design a poster for the 30th annual festival. This is a big year for us, and obviously the 30th.
30th. It's a granddaddy of festivals, isn't it, to have been around that long?
It really is. It's one of the premier festivals in Hampton Roads, and especially on the peninsula as well. We get over 200,000 people a weekend every year. So what we're doing is we're calling artists to submit something that they've designed in the spirit of Hampton, something downtown Hampton, or capture whatever they would like to capture the spirit of Hampton, and hopefully, you know.
And usually the water. I mean, the water usually is some element of it because it is a bay festival. It relates to the water. I don't know if that's one of the requirements, but it certainly has been in many of the posters.
Totally, it's not a requirement, but Lauren did capture the water last year, and you know.
So Lauren is the winner of last year's poster contest, and we'll show an image of it, but tell us what you did last year.
I did a big collage of all the different local businesses, the waterfront, fishermen, all the fish around the area, and I wanted to capture it with colored pencil, pen and ink, make it a really nice, colorful drawing, capture the culture around the area.
Now, at the time, I'm going to say you were an amateur artist. Is that pretty much true?
I've done a lot of work. I've won state contests, national contests, had work around. I have my own website, laurenwebb.com, so I'm not too amateur. I have my own business.
Did you a year ago, or is this some of the things that have launched since the Bay Days?
It pretty much started around the same time. I started my business when I was 18. I'm now 19. So.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say, looking at you, the audience can tell you haven't been at this, at least not professionally, for too long.
Not too long, no ma'am.
So Lauren, you had just finished your freshman year at Virginia Tech. What made you want to enter this? What made you think, you know, you could do it? How'd you hear about it even?
Well, I've lived in Hampton Roads my whole life, and Hampton, Pocosin area, so I thought it was time to finally get involved. My mom told me about the contest. I thought it'd be a perfect chance to get in the area, get locally known. So
it's pretty amazing to you know, win. I mean, this is. Bay Days is, you know, a great festival, but its posters have been known. I mean, I have a framed one in my house that I've had for a really long time, you know, the Crabzilla one, and they've varied a lot. Like some years it's been a contest, some years a particular artist has been commissioned. I think in the early days there was an artist for the city who did, you know, the first few. But they're an icon. I mean, people buy them, people frame them. This is big exposure for you. How did you feel when you found out you'd won?
Well, it's a fabulous opportunity to be a part of like Hampton Roads history. That's just amazing opportunity. I was like blown away. I was shocked that my art could even compete with artists around here.
Professional artists who've had a lot of years experience.
It was amazing. But I also love when there's entries of different ages, like the young people. I think that's really good so they can get involved too. It's not just about who's professional, who's well known, it's everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's neat. So you get a prize for winning, right? There's an actual cash award. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how much is that, Ryan?
Well, it's $250.
Okay.
In addition to that, what you'll receive is half of the proceeds for the auction of work, which will take place on September 5th at the Commodore's Gala. So whatever if the work sells for $1,000, you'll get $500 of that, plus your $250. In addition to that, you'll receive a free booth during the festival. So that's September 7th through 9th.
Yeah, write that date down. That's important to remember. It's the weekend after Labor Day every year.
There's a lot of work out there.
Yeah.
So your original work got auctioned then, and you got how much from that?
Well, it sold for $700, so I got $350 out of it.
Was that the most anything had sold for, or had you already?
I've sold pieces for probably the most is about $800, but I'm trying to work my way up.
That is wonderful.
Thank you.
So that was really good exposure too then. You had your booth, and I saw it, and frankly there were people around it. Every time I walked by, it was great. You were right on a corner. You got really good exposure. How did that go for you?
I signed a lot of autographs, got a lot of exposure, met a lot of people. Everyone was really excited for me, so it was a really great feeling.
So what are your future plans? Is this, help to solidify where you're going or giving you a base?
I have no clue. I think I want to be a stager and maybe do art on the side, but I mean, I would love to be a famous artist,
Of
realistically.
Course, that would be great. So you've had finished 2 years at Virginia Tech now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're an art major?
Mm-hmm, going to be a junior, have an art history minor too.
That's great. And what do you usually work in, the pencil or pen and ink and colored pencil, or do you do a variety?
Graphite, colored pencil, pen and ink, charcoal mostly. But I'm trying to learn painting. I'm not the best at it just yet, but I'm still working at it.
That's great. And you want to mention your website again in case people want to go and see what you have to offer?
Yeah, I just made a new series. It's all pen and ink. It's ladies with different animals. You can find it at laurenwebb.com. I also have exhibits on there from referencing Bay Days, Wavy TV 10, everything like that. So.
Great. So Ryan, there's some rules about how people need to enter, but you don't have to rattle them all off now. People can go online. But your deadline for this year's contest is?
It'll be on June 15th. We've extended the deadline, so June 15th, and the winner will be announced the week of July 6th. So somewhere in between the week of July 6th, we'll announce the winner. It costs us $35 to enter, and you can enter as many pieces as you'd like, but each one has to have that $35 fee attached to it.
Okay, and there's not a lot of time the week we're airing this, so the deadline is the week this show is airing. You need to get on it and get that entry in. Ryan, is there a number people can call for more information?
They can call 810-1200, and the submissions will actually go to City Hall. That's 22 Lincoln Street, Hampton, 23669. Attention Cindy Masterstaff, and that's on the 5th floor.
Okay.
So make sure you get your work in by June 15th if you're submitting with the $35 fee.
All right, that sounds great. And we look forward to Bay Days this year and to hearing more about Bay Days this year. We don't have the artists line up to announce or anything, but we do know it will be a great festival. It will be the weekend after Labor Day.
7th through the 9th of September. We're going to have lots of things that we have every year. There's going to be fireworks. We're going to have a Bay education area. There'll be live music. It's going to be on the downtown waterfront. And it's going to be a really good time, so we hope to see everybody out there for sure.
That sounds great. Is there anything I've forgotten to ask you about that either of you needs to add?
You need to make sure the sizes are compatible with 18 by 24.
Right, because the poster is going to be reproduced at a certain size, so you need to create your art to those specifications. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
That's important. Anything else?
No, I just think that I think we've pretty much covered everything. We've covered the fact that how much money you'll get, which is $250, and half of the auctioned work, and so. And the booth, which I guess was very beneficial to an artist to have that free exposure.
That is wonderful. I know a couple of student artists I'm going to call as soon as we leave here to try to remind them about that. It's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Ryan, for coming by. And congratulations again, Lauren.
you.
I think it's wonderful that you participated and you won, and it's a big step forward in your career.
Definitely.
That's great. And thank you for watching Round Robin.